So we know there's a big update coming to the game soon with new pets for the puppy pack. But before that was even announced, I've been trying to get some games in using some of the least used pets, at least my least used, and try and get a few combos going that you just never see. And part of the reason that you never see them is because most of them are garbage. And koala plus manatee is no exception to that rule. Now, koala, although it's not very good, you do see it from time to time. You know, maybe someone has koala yak, or they're using leech camel, and then they maybe have koala in the back, and then the koala actually gives some health back to the camel. But generally, it's very, very rare to see it. And I guess that's partly because it's bad, but also partly because there's just very few synergies. You've got leech and yak, but then other than that, the only way to hurt pets in the shop is pilling badger and pilling hedgehog. Both of those are not very good because you're rapidly going to run out of pills and hedgehogs and badgers later on in the game, and you're not going to have the board space to do it. So manatee is the only other option, and I spent a long time trying to get a koala plus manatee run. And I guess part of the reason for that is that custom packs is so difficult at the moment. And you know, if you're in the upper matchmaking tiers, you're just getting absolutely demolished by all of the meta builds. Anytime you add a lower tier pet to your team, it just drastically reduces your chance of winning. And koala is pretty bad. Manatee's not so much. I mean, although hurting yourself for 5 damage is not great, you can obviously use pita bread, you can use lemon, you can use garlic. You can use potato as well. However, that won't work for koala manatee because if the manatee takes no damage at all, then the koala won't trigger. And here I actually make a mistake. I should buy Sell the Crow first instead of buying the manatee, but I was so desperate to get it into the team. And here you can see the synergy working. The manatee hurts itself, and then the 3 koalas give it some stats. Even with triple koala, the manatee is still taking net damage because it's -5 and it's getting +4 health there. So it's still it's still losing health every turn. And that will be the case until we find some equipment. I think maybe I've already passed up a lemon at some point here, but I will get it sooner or later. Now, crane is an obvious synergy with manatee, but I decided not to use it. And that was partly because I knew I was going to go for lemon. I was facing an awful lot of teams where if I'd had lemon instead of melon, I would have won. And it was just becoming very irritating. So I started just almost exclusively taking lemon. And obviously that works very well with the manatee's ability anyway. And lemon is actually one of the items that has been changed in the current test build. I don't know if that's going to stick or not, but I'll put it up on screen. I think it is now 2 hits of 7 damage rather than 4 damage an infinite number of times, which I think is a straight up nerf. Definitely lemon I think is too strong as it is at tier 5. Maybe it could have just been moved up to tier 6. I don't know. But you definitely do find, or at least I feel like, one large unit with lemon can beat a huge array of possible builds. So maybe it is for the best that there isn't like a super garlic in the game. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how the test pans out. I do feel like it's kind of difficult on the test server to get a sort of accurate representation of what the changes are going to be like when they get migrated to the live, because a lot of the time you're not really facing, realistic builds. A lot of people are messing around, they're trying things out. Some people are playing like the extremely broken stuff like shrimp or jerboa. It's kind of funny to say jerboa is broken, but I guess they've already patched both of those. But that's the kind of thing where you're playing kind of strange builds a lot of the time, and people are just experimenting. So here I get the T-Rex, and I felt like after so many attempts at this, T-Rex was like almost completely necessary for success. And I've got the blobfish still, so I'm ready to pill it and immediately get a level 2 T-Rex as soon as possible. It is a little bit wasteful because the Manatee is also scaling attack, and so very quickly the Koala is going to get to 50 attack, and some of the T-Rex buffs will kind of be wasted. And actually here we can see the lemon in action, how strong that is. So maybe it is right that it's being changed. So looking for pill, looking for another lemon really for the Koala. So we get one here, and I don't know if I take it. I think I pass it up, yeah. We do get chocolate though, and I think I'm going to take that because I might find another chocolate before I find the pill for the blobfish. I did momentarily freeze leopard there. It would be quite good to have the Manatee scaling the leopard for the quick attack, but I feel like you're way behind teams that have like already sold Tamarin onto leopard here, so it's kind of a waste of a spot. So we're going to look for something else instead that might be a bit more effective without having to also scale its stats. And again, the lemon goes wild against the summon team. I'm not sure if we would have won that without the lemon, but you can definitely see how strong it is. And actually, lionfish is another pet that's been changed. So here I do get the pill. I could have been tricksy here and put the mushroom on the blobfish and then pilled it, but maybe that was a little bit risky. So lionfish has been changed. I'll put the new ability up on screen. It no longer gives weakness. It now deals damage on feint. And again, it's one of these abilities that scales based on its own stats, which I feel like is a big red flag every time they've done it. All of the pets that are like that have been nerfed in the past. Badger, Dodo. We've recently obviously had nightmare problems with German Shepherd. There's another one, Warthog. They all end up being pretty unbalanced in my opinion. But the main reason I don't like that change is that it now means that free-to-play players don't have access to weakness. And free-to-play already has a nightmare in custom packs as it is. If you're a paid pack player and you use all the pets and then you go back and try and play with pack 1 and the free stuff only, it's really tough. And there's a lot of things you just cannot deal with. So taking away lionfish's ability, maybe they'll replace it with something else. I don't know, but definitely seems like a bit of an oversight. And talking about oversights, you can see here I'm already wasting buffs with the Manatee, putting them onto the Koala at the front. However, the main reason for that is simply I've got the level 2 lionfish. I want my 2 strongest units at the front to guarantee that I'm, probably going to trade at least 1-for-1 with their 2 biggest units if they have a big team. So here we get matched with someone who has the level 3 jelly, the bane of custom packs. However, because of the weakness, we get rid of the melon, and we're gonna clutch out the win there. And Grizzly Bear, I think, has become one of my favorite units from the Golden Pack. I think it was super busted in the test build originally, but now I think its ability is really good. It makes battles exciting because you're looking for the counter. You're not guaranteed to get 5 attacks in every particular game, and I just think it's a really well-balanced unit, and I hope there are more like it going forward. And here we actually get unbelievably lucky on turn 16 to face a full snipe team with no health. So rare to see that, so thank you very much, Nate, for putting that team into the pool and letting Koala Manatee get a win. Now, I could have made an entire video just of the fails from this build, but I just wanted to show this one because I get matched with Flame, and he was going for the 50-50 shop, and his team here actually ended up getting a 5 of a kind. So I will link his run in the description if you want to see his perspective on that run.